A very good morning to all. I'm Hirani Fernando. Let me begin my presentation on determination of an optimum warehouse storage for better coated retention of a blended Ceylon black tea standard. I conducted my research at Dilma Ceylon Tea Company PLC, Paliagoda. This is the content of my presentation. Black tea is the most widely consumed tea type in the world. Ceylon black tea maintains a good reputation for the finest quality. And tea manufacturing companies have their own secret tea standard by blending several types of tea grades into different proportions. Tea storage is one of the key factors that determine the quality of tea. So if we store our tea in properly prolonged period of time, quality can be affected. When considering the export tea value chain, tea can be subject to several storage transitions, such as temporary storages at warehouse, shipment storage, and final destination country storage. So therefore, identification of optimum temperature and relative humidity condition is highly essential. So in justification, most of the research studies have only focused to study the tea quality changing patterns at the local warehouse storage conditions. But when considering the tea export value chain, this is totally insufficient because tea quality can be changed drastically during the storage transition of the value chain. So therefore, identification of optimum warehouse storage condition should be done considering the main storage transition of the value chain. Dilma Ceylon tea predicts between 90 to 25 degrees Celsius and low relative humidity conditions are desirable to store the tea. But this range is somewhat broader and narrowing to specific temperature and relative humidity condition is highly essential considering the cost of storage and the practical feasibility. When considering the tea export strategy under new normal conditions, delays may occur in both warehouse storages as well as the shipment storage conditions. So considering all these 3 points, my research was conducted as a very novel approach. The overall objective of my research is to determination of an optimum warehouse storage considering the possible effects of the main storage transition in the value chain. There are 3 specific objectives. One is to compare moisture, water activity, and total color variation patterns of the tea stored at ambient condition versus the cold room storage conditions, and also identification of optimum warehouse storage was done considering the quality optimization and cost of storage. So how I conducted my research? First, sample preparation was conducted. A blended Ceylon black tea standard was used. Tea was fed into tea bagging machine, and at the end of the machine process, tea bags were formulated and packed into paper-based foil-type packaging materials. And then they were packed into small paper inner boxes and finally into large paper outer boxes. Secondly, and most importantly, selection and conditioning of the storage environment for particular temperature and relative humidity conditions was conducted. Here, 4 warehouse storages were compared with each other, and based on the desirable range, it was narrowed down to 3 specific ranges, and they were implemented as cold room 1, 2, 3, and compared with the ambient storage conditions. And to study the tea quality changing patterns in the shipment storage conditions, simulated conditions were created inside the factory using a standard container. And assuming that the tea was finally reached to 2 destination countries, moderate low temperature and high temperature countries, those conditions were also created inside the factory using the storage facilities. Temperature and relative humidity was recorded by using a handheld thermohydrometer. Thirdly, sample storing procedure was conducted. The entire research was conducted into 2 categories. To study the tea quality changing patterns at the warehouse in an extended time duration, maintain constant category was conducted. Here, tea samples were stored at 4 different warehouse storages for 7 weeks time duration. To study the actual scenario, value chain category was conducted. Tea samples were stored at 4 different warehouse storages for 2 weeks time duration. After that, transferred to simulated shipment container for 3 weeks time duration. After that, each was divided into 2 sets and transferred to simulated low temperature and high temperature storage conditions for another 2 weeks time duration. Moisture, water activity, and total color was analyzed. For the sensory analysis, hedonic ranking tests were conducted employing 32 untrained panelists. Flavor, color, aroma, and the overall acceptability were evaluated. For the data analysis, IBM SPSS software was used to compare moisture, water activity, and total color final mean values to key tests conducted. For the sensory evaluation data analysis, Friedman test and Wilcoxon-Rand test were conducted to identify moisture and water activity variation pattern with the storage time as a full factorial model. Generalized linear models were developed. Results and the discussion. First, moisture. According to the MCC category, it can clearly say that tea stored at ambient storage has resulted highest moisture increment with the storage time, where cold room 1 resulted constant moisture level with the storage time, where cold room 2 resulted slight decrease in tenth of the moisture content. In the value chain category, tea stored at ambient storage resulted highest moisture increment, where cold room 1 and cold room 2 resulted lower moisture increment trends. When evaluation of the final moisture content, according to Sri Lankan Tea Board standard, critical moisture level is around 9%, and 2.5 to 6.5 is concerned as the most desirable moisture range. So in the MCC category, none of the tea samples has exceeded the critical moisture content, but tea stored at ambient storage has exceeded the most desirable range. And tea stored at cold room 1 and cold room 2 resulted lower insignificant final moisture content within the desirable range. When considering the two value chain categories, when the tea was finally reached to moderate high temperature country storage condition, all the samples has increased their moisture content compared to when the tea was finally reached to moderate low temperature country condition. So considering the overall moisture evaluation, cold room 1 and cold room 2 can be taken as optimum in the terms of moisture. Then the water activity. When considering the MCC category, tea stored at ambient storage conditions resulted highest water activity increment with the storage time. And tea stored at cold room 1 and cold room 2 resulted lower water activity increment levels with the storage time. A similar type of result was obtained for the water activity variation with the storage time in the VCC category, which was obtained the moisture variated with the storage time. When evaluation of the final water activity levels, according to industrial practices of DILMA, the critical water activity level is 0.7. So in the MCC category, ambient stored tea has exceeded this critical level, and cold room 3 stored tea has pretty closer to 0.7. But tea stored at cold room 1 and cold room 2 resulted lower insignificant final water activity levels within the desirable range. A similar type of result were obtained for the two value chain categories also. So considering the overall water activity evaluation, cold room 1 and cold room 2 can be taken as optimum in the terms of water activity. Total color. Color absorbance is proportionally equal to the concentration of the chemical constitution. Tea color is mainly driven by thiaflavin and thiarubicin. Liquor brightness is mainly decided by thiaflavin, and thiarubicin is negatively affecting for that. So with the tea stored at elevated temperature and relative humidity condition, after 4 weeks of storage, thiaflavin is degraded into thiarubicin S2 fraction, which is a higher molar fraction and facilitate the release of caffeine. And that will result dark and dull color tea liquor, where brightness reduces and resulting high absorbance values. Color was analyzed after 5 weeks of storage, but according to the results obtained in the both categories, it can clearly say that cold room 1 and cold room 2 resulted low absorbance values, which means the thiaflavin degradation had retarded. Sensor evaluation. So in the MCC category, according to the Friedman test result, 2 or more samples were significantly different in the terms of flavor and overall acceptability. But according to the radar graph and the Wilcoxon-Rand test result, tea stored at cold room 1 and cold room 2 resulted lower mean rank values, and they were significantly not different in the terms of any of the tested sensory parameters. A similar type of result were obtained for the moderate low temperature country value chain. When it comes to the moderate high temperature country value chain, only the flavor attribute was significantly different. But considering overall sensory evaluation data, cold room 1 and cold room 2 can be taken as optimum in the terms of the organoleptic properties. Quality optimization should be balanced with the storage cost reduction. According to a conducted study, every control in 1 centigrade saves around 3 to 4% of energy, and control of 1 centigrade can have a significant impact on energy saving and cost reduction of storage. So in conclusion of my research, Tea stored at cold room 1 and cold room 2 resulted a similar or the significantly not different condition in most of the tested quality parameters. But considering quality optimization along with the storage cost reduction, cold room 2 storage conditions, which means 23 to 23.5 degrees Celsius and 38 to 42% relative humidity conditions can be taken as optimum in the terms of all the tested parameters to store the black tea as the optimum warehouse storage conditions according to this research. This research can be conducted by doing further testing. Due to the time limitation, it is only done for 7 weeks time duration, so it is recommended to extend the time duration. Quality changing patterns in the chemical constitution, microbiological evaluation, expansion of the sensory evaluation, and this research can be done for other packaging methods and packaging materials also. So that was the end of my presentation. These are some references I used, and thank you.